Hi, everyone. This is Sean. How are you doing? It's been a little while since we've been able to get together. Honestly, the team has been super busy on so many different things, not only battling the challenges of a very difficult market, but really trying to come up with new innovations and take our business even further. So today we're going to talk through the developments of the platform. You'll hear more about High Protocol. You'll hear about our partnerships that we've been going through. And one of the key things that I wanted to do was actually introduce you to some of our team. And these are the people that connect with you, that make our product and make our platform. And I'm very excited to get a chance to share with you and bring them on screen as we haven't had too many team members before. So first off, I'd like to introduce you all to Terrence. Terrence is a founding member of High and has been involved partnering with me and building the team since the beginning. Terrence has been looking over a range of things, but why don't I just hand it over to him to let him introduce himself.
Thanks, Sean. Hi, guys. I'm Terrence. I've been working on High with Sean since day one. I've been an entrepreneur since the beginning. That's all I've been doing. I used to be involved in hospitality technology, but since COVID, when Sean and I got together, we said, hey, you know what? Let's do something in the fintech space. And so I've been involved from day one, focusing on product, focusing on technology, focusing on different sorts of partnerships to get High to where we hopefully can bring it to. It's very nice to finally meet all of you. I'm truly excited for what the team is building and what we have to do for 2023 and 2024. I will like to introduce our next team member, Chris.
Hi, Terrence. Thank you for the introduction. Hi, Sean, as well, and hi, everybody. It's fantastic. It's fantastic to finally, be able to talk to you. I think it will be good to understand where I'm coming from. So I've been at High for a little bit over 3 months, and it's been exhilarating, super exciting. Lots of things happening, but let's rewind and let you know where I'm coming from. So my background first started in engineering. Before I transitioned to marketing and advertising in London, where I was leading a digital agency for over 10 years with international customers all around the world in the luxury and tech spaces. And then I decided to do the jump into blockchain, and I was involved in a few Bootstrap DeFi projects based out of Asia. And then I was working as well in blockchain custody space, and that's when Sean and Terrence reached out to me, and we started having conversations about High, and the more I have heard about High, but the more I learn and the more I talk to Sean and Terrence about the vision and about the roadmap and about everything that's happening, that's what definitely made me want to jump into this project. And so yeah, it's been 3 months and I'm absolutely loving it, and I'm super excited about everything that's coming, and looking forward to Let's High together. But before that, I'm going to introduce to another team member, which is Sasha.
G'day, everyone. I'm Sasha. As you may tell from my accent, I'm from Australia. So I've been with High since early 2021. So
yeah, not at the very beginning, but pretty close to it.
Like pretty early.
Yeah, pretty early. I've got a background in from the banking sector, security operations, compliance, both in Australia, Europe, a little bit in Asia as well. We're moving into crypto compliance more within the last 3 to 4 years. Personally, been investing in crypto for several years myself. My first discussions with Terrence and Sean got me really pumped up, and I thought, I want to be part of this awesome project and move forward with High. I currently head up the operations and regulatory standpoint, also heading up and working with a great team of people on our compliance side and member services. Recently took over from Relgi to we're going to increase the customer satisfaction for you guys, our members, who are our most important asset. For me personally, that you guys love what we're doing. You get everything you need to have the trust in Hai and for us all to move forward and build the best product there is.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Sasha. Yeah, Sasha has been involved not only on one side, the regulatory side and licensing and all the things that are happening there, but also putting in some very key initiatives to review our progress, servicing times, resolution of key issues, and making sure that that happens. And Chris has really just brought in a whole bunch of energy with regards to ways that we can market Hai and take us to the next level. So very excited about that. I think at this juncture, we're already into October of 2023. And if we just take a step back and take a look at how the Hai platform has developed and talk about some of the things that are coming up. So I'd like to turn it back over to Terrence for him to kind of talk us through what we've seen and what's coming forward. Terrence, you want to share some thoughts there?
Thanks, Sean. For those of you who haven't done so, please do check out our website, which contains a white paper outlining our sort of vision for what we're trying to do with Hai. It's been updated over the last 2-3 years in various iterations, but I think fundamentally what we're trying to do is build one of the most powerful blockchain ecosystems for Web3. And if you look at what we've done since the beginning with the Hai app, it's all about taking the traditional financial world into the blockchain world, right? With the Hai app over the last 2.5 years that we've launched, we started with just a custodial wallet, and then we actually started allowing people to be able to create IBAN accounts with fiat on-ramp, off-ramp. We started offering trading functionality, and then most recently in this year, we started issuing our own cards. And thanks to MasterCard, we have a very exciting partnership for people to be able to customize the cards with any NFT that they own. And then along with the card product, there are a number of key innovations that we're pushing out over the coming months. So that's sort of on the custodial side of things. But one of the other things that we're pretty focused on is the non-custodial side of things. And I'm quite excited to actually announce the launch of the Hai Protocol testnet. It's been a work in progress for at least the last 15-18 months. We had a team focus on researching, understanding the whole market, understanding all the other competitors, and then sort of identifying a niche that we should tackle and we should focus on. You can visit the documentation and the website for the Hai Protocol testnet. It's at protocol.hai.com. It'll contain information about what we're trying to do, about the proof of human identity. How do we intend to solve sort of the unique human problem? How do we build a blockchain network that can be all about people rather than potentially just bots? It's super exciting. The Hai Protocol testnet is live. You can add it. You can use it on MetaMask. You can do various things with it. And if you actually want to learn more and develop on the Hai Protocol, feel free to reach out to us. So I think on the centralized side, we're building a digital bank. We're building an all-encompassing financial services platform that treats both crypto and traditional currencies as the same thing, as money. And on the decentralized side of things, we are building a very exciting layer 1 blockchain that has very unique features to offer to both users and developers. Back to you, Sean.
Yeah, I think that's a great overview of both the platform and protocol. I think something that the members in the community have been asking about. Obviously, the development of the platform has taken time, and it is pretty exciting to see it where the card is being spent. We had the first NFTs cards already out, completing some payment testing there. But it's coming to life, and it's very exciting and gratifying to see that. But protocol, I think, really takes it to the next level. Terrence, do you want to share some thoughts on another element of the protocol with the need for the new token?
Thanks, Sean. Yeah, I'd just like to talk a little bit more about Hi, the Hi token. So it was actually introduced to the world in August 2021 as the currency to power the Hi ecosystem. Historically, it was issued on both Ethereum and the Binance Smart Chain. It's always been our vision for the Hi token to transition into a native token on the Hi protocol. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about how we plan to do this. So when the protocol, Hi protocol testnet launched, you can see that there's a test Hi token that actually is native to the testnet of Hi protocol. And when mainnet launches in 2024, we intend to launch a native Hi token to act as the native currency for Hi protocol. And with the existing Hi token that sits on ERC and BEP20, that will be phased out. And in order for us to make sure that everybody who's supported Hi can benefit from the value of Hi protocol and this new initiative, the new token will entirely be allocated and airdropped to existing Hi token holders, as the existing token will be phased out in terms of utility and usage. For us, in terms of the exact specifics of the airdrop, of the governance and tokenomics, they're still being decided in the works, being discussed between ourselves, with investors, with partners, with experts, friends, etc., etc. But the key thing is that it will be airdropped to people who hold the existing Hi in Vault and earnings within the Hi app, or have the existing Hi staked in one of the LP reward pools. And then I think most crucially, because we do appreciate all the support that Hi has gotten from a lot of early supporters and users, we will be creating a bonus pool of Hi that will be allocated to early supporters of Hi and the token from the early days, just to make sure that they are, just to make sure that they are well rewarded and can continue to support our growth in the ecosystem. So in other words, I think, Sean, whilst the details of the airdrop program are being finalized, I think what's important to know is that the more existing Hi you stake, the more Hi you'll get, and the earlier and longer you stake, the more you'll get. And if you're an early supporter, we will also be rewarding you with more Hi. So that's the gist of it.
Sounds good. No, I think it's great. The team's work to bring this part of the vision to life has not been small at all. It's a significant effort, and it's very exciting to see when we went into the test net and started to actually see this. But then actually the idea of being able to bring it forward, the native token development, the components that you just talked about. There's going to be a lot more to be sharing here in the next few months as this comes to fruition. So thanks for that update, Terrence. I think it was really very helpful. To turn it over to Chris for a little discussion on some previously announced changes that we're making to really enhance our user experience, and that's regarding the rewards wallet. Over to you, Chris.
Thanks, Sean. That's right. We're very excited to announce the new reward system designed to enhance user experience. So starting from November, rewards will be credited directly to your rewards wallet right after you made a purchase. However, these rewards will be released gradually during the second month following that purchase. The main driver for these changes are to address the concerns from the community about delay in receiving rewards or not having visibility of which rewards were being tracked. And it also helps us manage potential fraud and returns of goods. So for example, if you make a purchase on January 15, your rewards will be credited into your rewards wallet right away, but they will remain locked until March, when they will be released gradually. I hope this new feature is well received for the community and it improves the overall experience. Thank you.
Great. At this point, I'd like to turn to the questions that the community has submitted as part of the AMA. I think some of the materials that we've presented already should already have addressed a number of the questions. That said, let's go into some specifics. Let me bring back the team, and we can get into them. We'll ask Chris to be the moderator. And Chris, can you hit us with the first question, please?
Thanks, Sean. Yeah, so the first question that we have is from Gewit, and it's asking us, at what point will Spend with Hi be available? I think that's for Terrence, maybe.
Sure, I'll answer this. So I think over the last couple of months, we've been working on building this into the system. And what we want to be able to do is not just allow users to be able to spend Hi, but actually any token that they own. So from an operations perspective, it's quite a fair bit of work. And then from a technology perspective, it's quite a fair bit of work. But I'm happy to say we've actually built out a majority of the infrastructure necessary for this to be possible. With the one thing, is that on Hi, obviously we have to make sure that there's sufficient liquidity on buying and selling of the token in order for us to do this. And I think whenever we do intend to launch a token for spending, what we'll couple that with is a lot of exciting initiatives and partnerships for people, so that we can motivate them to actually start using a token for spending. As part of our partnership with Animoca, in addition to soon allowing people to be able to spend Hi directly through their cards, we're actually enabling also a number of different tokens within the Animoca ecosystem. Just 2 weeks ago, I was with Sebastian from Sandbox in Singapore, gave him his NFT customized Hi card, and he was actually using it to spend SAD directly in convenience stores and various places. So we'll have exciting partnerships and initiatives announced soon, along with different sort of rewards, different sort of cashback programs, et cetera, for various tokens, and not just Hi.
Thank you, Terrence. We're going to go to the next question, which is by Golden John. And he's asking, has Hi chosen not to apply for the crypto exchange license in Hong Kong since it did not appear in the SFC list of applicants? I think that one is a question for Sasha.
Hey, Golden John, thank you very much for the question. You might be aware that we've been operating a platform in Hong Kong that began prior to the 1st of June 2023. And after a lot of discussions with the SFC, they've allowed companies that began operating prior to that stage to essentially be grandfathered and able to offer or provide our services to retail users through until Q1 2024. We're following the SFC's guidance to pursue an application in Hong Kong and during that same period, Q1 2024. Some recent regulatory changes also that affect our members within the United Kingdom. As you're aware, the FCA introduced the financial promotions order that came into play as of the 8th of October 2023. We notified our members within the UK on the 6th of October that we would be pausing our crypto offerings within the United Kingdom to comply with the regulatory requirements. What this means is that anybody who wishes to purchase with cryptocurrencies is unable to do so on the Hi platform. Please bear in mind, though, that your IBAN and your card will remain the same, as those are entirely fiat-based. With the regulatory changes, Hi is in having discussions with a number of authorised partners within the United Kingdom to see if we can essentially press play on our services and resume service as normal. Likewise, we're having some discussions with the FCA in relation to the application regulatory process. That's quite complex. It's not as easy as knocking on the door and saying, let's have a meeting, let's sit down and have a chat. You have to email, you need to call, you have to wait for their response. If nothing comes about from these getting an approval or having the application completed in time, anybody holding cryptocurrencies within the Hive platform will have through until the 8th of January 2024 to transfer those crypto assets from crypto wallets to an external provider that is regulated and able to provide services to UK residents.
Thank you very much, Sasha, for covering that one. Moving on. So this is a question from Darkney, and it's like, the price has fallen so off from my anticipation. How are you working towards improving the price and introducing more uses to the utilities provided? Who wants to take that one?
I'll be happy to answer that. People can chime in if they want. So from our perspective, I think the price has to do with a couple of different things. Number one is that in terms of how we've designed the reward system and what we've attracted is a lot of users who only care about the rewards, and so they have when they get the rewards, they spend, and then they immediately go sell them. I think one of the key things we're implementing, as Chris said earlier, is a rewards wallet, where there will be a delay in terms of the release of these rewards tokens. So that's one part of it. But beyond that, I think it's about creating more utility from a services perspective on the centralized platform, so that we can turn High into essentially the de facto digital banking solution in the Web3 space, right? So whether it's different sort of travel benefits and looking at online, offline products and services and companies that we can partner with, these are all things that we're focusing on. And then I think beyond that, and even more importantly, is the launch of the iProtocol. As I mentioned earlier, we do intend for the existing tokens to transition into a native token, where that native token will be airdropped to current token holders who have staked. And so with that new token, it will be the native currency for the blockchain. It will also continue to be a token that powers the High app and all of the online, offline benefits and services that we provide. So I think from our perspective, it's all a work in progress. It's been about rewards. It's been about us sort of distributing too much of these rewards to sort of people who care about monetizing these rewards immediately. So we're doing various things to fix this. And mind you, for those of you who have been supporters since early on, have staked, rest assured, as we look towards the next phase and launch, the iProtocol mainnet, it'll be there'll be bonuses. There'll be ways for us to go from there.
Thank you very much, Terence. So moving on, next question is, when will you engage with the community on a regular level again? And I can take that one. As Sean mentioned in the beginning, like, we haven't been able to engage as much as we have liked in over the last few months. It's because we've been focusing on working on new products and services. But that's not an excuse, and that's the reason why Sean has introduced all of us, so we are able to engage with all of you in a much more regular way. We want to keep supporting and answering your questions. We want to show you that we are here and we are committed to building High into a powerful ecosystem. So we're going to be having different types of communications: AMA, Telegram chats, video AMA, in a regular basis. Thanks for your question. All right, so moving on. Next question from Adrian. What exactly do you do to stay motivated and upbeat? Do you think the community plays an important role in these two aspects?
I think the first important thing that I do is almost like the Goonies. I keep the tequila away from Terrence, that's for sure. But maybe some of the team members want to share their thoughts.
Yeah, I think, for us, the community definitely plays an important role, right? We're building a product for the community. Whether it's the input, whether it's the feedback, whether it's questions, complaints, These are all very important for us. As we're building out new features and services, we take a lot of that into consideration. As Chris earlier said, we haven't had the opportunity to spend as much time engaging with community. That's something that we want to do more. Rest assured, I think one of the key things that's important, is that, obviously, whether it's the market or the price of a token, it's dropped, and so I think the community is anxious, trying to figure out what's going on. We are working through, whether it's on the product side or the blockchain side of things, on ways to improve. And so, the more positivity we can get from the community, I think the more motivated everybody can be in terms of building out High and the entire ecosystem.
Amen. I think we got a lot of things on the plate, and I'm really excited about kind of this new era as we move forward. It's going to be great.
100%. I mean, member services, they're working hard to make you guys happy, and we take it all on board. We look at all your messages, and keeping us positive. For me, I smile every day because I know what the end goal is and where we want to be.
Sounds good.
Fantastic. So I think we have time for one more. Let me go by. Yes, we have one from Sergio. What measures has High.com taken to prevent abuse and fraud within its platform, given that some individuals consistently spread FUD and file complaints about High.com's actions?
I think, there are, with any sort of fintech platform or service, comes fraud, abuse, complaints, et cetera, et cetera. And that's the case for us. That's the case for our competitors. That's the case for even other companies within the financial services industry, right? So I think, one thing is we have a very robust compliance team, a risk team, to ensure that, we are preventing financial loss, whether it's for users or for ourselves. We have in the past made certain decisions, whether it's to pause certain accounts or pause certain cards if there is suspicious activity. So I think fundamentally for us, it's better to be safe than sorry. So we take this very, very seriously. From time to time, we do see different complaints of users going, whether it's to our issuing partners, our banking partners, or even to the regulators. Ultimately, a lot of times we, it's FUD. It's people trying to abuse the system, and when they, don't manage to get the rewards that they want because of abuse, then they start, complaining. I think for us, there are a couple of things that we're focusing on. Number one is just educating and letting members know that some of the behavior is not okay. I think whether it's with MSO, we've had, the MSO team let our members know that certain behaviors and languages are not acceptable. And then the other thing is also just making sure that we're engaging with you guys for the members who actually do care about the product and services that we're building, do understand our vision. It's important for us to engage with you guys, and also have you guys help spread the word about what we're trying to do.
Nice.
Well, thank you, Terence. I think that concludes the Q&A section of this AMA.
Great. Thanks so much. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us today as we've gone through the progress that we've made and our plans for the future. I'm excited about all of those. I'd like to bring the team back as we finish up, and very excited to have connected with you all, and looking forward.
By the way, Sean, there's just one more thing. I'd like to introduce our friend and new investor in High, Mr. Yat Siu, to join us. He's the chairman and CEO for Animoca Brands. Yat, thanks for joining us. I really just have two questions. One, tell us a little more about Animoca Brands, And number two, tell us why you guys invested $30 million into us.
Thank you for having me. It's a great pleasure to be here. As mentioned, my name is Yat. I'm chairman and co-founder of Animoca Brands. We're a company that is known for Web3 gaming, although really we've done a lot in the intersection of Web3, blockchain, and digital property rights. Today we have over 450 portfolio companies, for instance. We're also the owners of companies such as the Sandbox or Rev Racing, basically a Tiny Tab, for instance, which is part of the Open Campus Foundation, and a variety of other Web3 projects that you will probably have heard of. Some of them basically are right here on the screen, amongst other things. And one of the reasons why we're so excited to work with Hai is because what we're all about also is around basically mass onboarding. And one of the most important elements of mass onboarding into Web3 is around basically how you integrate them into the financial ecosystem. One of the things that we've always talked about is to really fully onboard someone into Web3 is to financially include them, is to make them financially literate. So you could play one of our Web3 games, for instance, and you could then move into something like Hai.com to then see how you can maybe manage your assets, for instance. And, you could obviously, maybe cash out if you want to, but you could also maybe trade or do other things in a manner that is friendly. Like, for instance, an example would be the type of stuff that they've done with, basically debit cards. Wouldn't it be cool if you were able to basically go and whatever you earned in your game or whatever you did in your Web3 activity in either one of our properties or others, and then buy a coffee. And in fact, that's actually what we're able to do right now. So these are some of the opportunities that we saw why we would work together with someone like, with Hai.com. And I think the team is very dynamic and they're very much go-getters. And I think we share a similar vision in terms of how we want to shape the world. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks a lot, Yat. It's an honor to have you here. I'm sure Hai and Animoca and all the subsidiaries of Animoca, along will be doing great things in the coming months and years. Appreciate your support and thanks for joining us today.
Well, great. That was a Steve Jobs moment there with one more thing, but yeah, great to see Yat, and he's a busy man and great to join us on our AMA. So once again, thank you all for your time and your questions, and looking forward to great things from Hai. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.